नमस्ते, वेलकम टू शब्दों का सफ़र। शब्दों का सफ़र हमारा एक पॉडकास्ट चैनल है और इसमें आज के हमारे होस्ट है प्रतीक सहाय। प्रतीक सहाय जो है प्रोफेशन से एक डेंटिस्ट है और वो एक किताब लिख चुके हैं जिसका नाम है द डिवाइन ड्यूल। द डिवाइन ड्यूल अमेजन पे अवेलेबल है, आप चेकआउट कर सकते हैं। डिवाइन ड्यूल जो स्टोरी है वो अनुराग के बारे में है जो दिल्ली में बेस्ड है और वहाँ पे वो उसके रिडेम्पशन के बारे में जो है ये स्टोरी है। आइए अपने ऑथर से बात करते हैं और वो आपको डिटेल में बताएंगे उनकी स्टोरी के बारे में। Thank you. Warm welcome to Shabdon Ka Safar and thank you for joining me here.
Thank you.
And first of all, I would like to know about your journey from being a dentist to an author. So, how it all started.
The thing is, the story was in my mind for long, and I was into writing, but I could not get enough time. So during my internship period, during my dental, that time I got a free amount of time. That time I started working on the novel, and then finally I came with it.
Okay, so it was your first book, The Divine Duel.
Yeah, it's my first book.
Okay, so are we getting any new books in the near future now?
Like it is a two-part story. So
Okay,
this is the first part. Second part is yet to come.
okay, so you are working on that.
Yeah,
Oh, great. So we have received a
and for later,
sorry.
there's a love story also. I'm writing two books right now.
Oh, that's
First I will
great.
publish the second part of this, and the third novel will be a love story.
Oh, great. So, how it all started about writing about the character Anurag and then the Divine Duel and name of the book. So, how it all started in your mind?
The thing is, in our daily life, we see a lot of people who have one question in mind: कि we always do something right. I have not made any wrong decisions. I have not hurt people. Still, a lot of bad things happen to us only. So the main character, that is Anugrah, he's a character like that only, who is very nice, very helpful, always available for their friends and family, and still through his journey of life, he keeps on losing his friends, people, and he gets heartbreak and all. And
Yeah.
so he finally challenges God after having some gruesome loss. He challenges God. Says like, if God exists, then why is it that bad things happen to good people? So he's on a journey to challenge God, and the story is about that only. He targets various religions in order to know the answer from the gods.
Yeah, that's great. And you have put also the religious aspect to his story and all. I know we all are
Yeah.
religiously connected. So, how it all that came to your mind that you need to put some religious aspect also and challenging God and everything that came to your mind?
Because his answers could not be like questions which he had was not answered by any humans. Like it was based on morality. Everybody just used to keep on telling कि no, God is there, he will look after it. So he was like, if God is there and if he's going to punish for the bad things, then let me become the bad person. I will create chaos, I will cause all the attacks on based on different religion, and if God exists, then he will come to stop me.
Okay. And is there any inspiration from any movie or any film that came to your mind while writing the book?
No, nothing like that. Like I have never seen in any movies or any stories where it is like combined religion based. It is either based on Hindu mythology or some superpower. But here I have taken all the religions.
Okay. And is writing always in your mind that you need to write a book or something like that?
No, like I wanted to write, but I never was into writing because I was not having a very brief idea of the story. But then slowly I thought like maybe we can work on this morality and religion based thing. So I started with a character named Anugrah, and then finally I started writing. I didn't have the complete idea at first, but over the period as I started to write, then things came unfolding.
Okay, that's great. And how do you do the character sketching of your characters that, like Anurag, you have put in the play? So, how do you do the character sketching? Is it the real life based story that you take, or did you put the characters and then put the story into it? So, how that
Like
character sketching part goes?
since the story was always about good versus bad, so the main character which I took was always supposed to be a good guy who later turns into a bad guy. So nothing special I have done for the sketching as such. It is just based on our daily life, how people feel when they lose someone or they feel cheated or if there is a heartbreak. So the questions which arise in everybody's mind, it's the same.
Okay. And how did the name, the Divine Duel, came to your mind?
The divine duel because it's a battle between Anugrah and the
Good and
gods.
good. Yeah.
So the duel, and the divine because the gods are going to show up for it. So the divine duel.
Okay. There's one quote in the poem, "Voices in our heads are the real duelists. They guide us to
Yeah,
choose between good and bad." For it is
yeah,
the divine duel, due to it's always the battle that we came across in our minds between good and bad. What is good for us, what is bad for us?
yeah. Exactly. Whenever somebody is going to take any decision, whether it is good or bad, the thing is there's a constant battle between the head. And whenever you want to try something good, there's a bad perspective also coming with that. People think, "Hey, okay, if I do this, then what are the bad things that are going to happen?" And simultaneously, when they are going to create havoc, that time also they think whether it is a right thing to do, or should I just forget everything and just continue being the guy I am. So that conflict is always there in the head, and ultimately we have to choose one.
Yeah.
So in the story, Anugrah chooses to take revenge.
Okay. And how do you manage the time between writing the book and managing your profession at the same time? Because writing
Like
requires effort.
the first part which I wrote, that was during my internship time. So during that time, during the college as I used to work, and after that when I used to go back to my flat, that time I used to work on the novel. So it was free kind of, because that time there were no studies or exams, so I was free. Now I am practicing in a clinic, but still that is also up till evening. So after that I get some time to write, and it's not like I'm writing daily, or if there's a dedicated slot ki 1 hour or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Whenever something comes in mind, I just write it down. Sometimes it is for 1 hour, sometimes it is only for 10 minutes.
Okay. And if reading always in your mind, like when have you started reading? I think the writers are first the readers, the good readers. So when the writing came to your mind, when the reading started, if it's from the childhood that you started reading?
Not childhood, but yeah, like during my sixth grade, I started reading a novel. My first novel was Othello, but that I could not complete. That was a old book given by my grandfather. It was a tale of Shakespeare, but the language was so high that I could not understand anything. So later, then I switched to Indian authors, and then that was my teenage time. So we all wanted to read romantic books. So the first novel was Three Times Loser. I don't remember. I think Ravinder something. I don't remember the author exactly, but I started with that, and then I liked how people can relate or tell the stories of their life with a third point of view. So I wanted to create something like that.
Okay. And when you were creating the book or writing about the book or the characters that you put into part, so when you started writing about it, then you thought exactly about publishing the part, or you have written the part earlier, then you thought of publishing it into a book?
No, when I first started writing, I have no idea that how to publish. Should I self-publish or should I go to a publishing company? But that was not the main objective of publishing. First, I wanted to finish the story, because once when I started, I didn't knew if I will be able to finish it, because the schedule was hectic. And apart from that, I was not sure if I will get time, or if I even get time, maybe I will write for a few months and then I will not get interested to continue it. So publishing was not in mind, but it took almost 1.5 years to finish the story. So once it got completed, I sent the PDF to my close friends, and then they told, "It's a good story. You can go for publishing."
And how does your publishing journey go? So is it all easy? As I think that for the new writers, they don't know much about the publishing journey, whether they should self-publish or go to the publishing office and all.
To be very honest, the publishing company doesn't do much other than just making sure you get the ISBN registration, and the book is available on Flipkart and Amazon. Apart from that, there's no extra perks which you get, like marketing you have to do on your own. You only have to promote your own book. They will not portray it on any website or even their Instagram pages. So marketing is not from their end. Then most of the cases, the cover also has to be designed by you. The templates that they provide might not necessarily match with your theme.
Okay.
So what I have concluded is like, maybe it would have been a better option to self-publish it.
Okay, so you have self-published the book?
No, I have not done it, but second part which I am going to put, that I am planning to self-publish it.
Okay. And how do you put up with the marketing part? Is it
Uh,
self-promotion or through Amazon all? or through social media that plays an important role today in it?
Yeah, I think I am totally based on Instagram and Facebook only, mostly Instagram. I don't use X or Twitter. So over there, I have not done any marketing or anything. My most of the things are going on Instagram only, and it becomes easier once when you post because most of the book reviewers then start contacting you,
Yeah.
and they get in touch and they tell you how to proceed with the things. So it has been totally due to social media.
Okay. And as it was your first book, yeah, you must have received the immense flavor from the all the readers that have read your book. So, is there any
Yeah.
reaction from the reader that stays close to your heart?
Yeah, actually, one of the book reviewers has contacted me on Instagram, and once she read the story, I think she finished in 1.5 day, and she was very happy with the storyline, and she was like she could not believe that someone has come with an ideology where all religions have to be combined together to form a story, and she told things which I myself had not realized over the period of time when I wrote it. I didn't know that the reader is going to perceive this emotions or these things from this particular paragraph or this particular line. I
Yeah.
just simply wrote it because it was a connectivity of the story. But she only told ki, okay, here I felt like this. This was very cold moment, or this was a very heart pleasing moment.
Yeah.
So, so I think that review is going to be close to my heart because she explained it in a way which I myself didn't know ki I have written something like that.
Okay. And you have put many quotes into the book, and the people
Yeah.
can easily relate to that quote. So, how do you come
Yeah.
up with the quotes part that they are very much relatable to the real aspect, if they are relating to the story or not, but they are relating to the quotes and all? So, how do you
Yeah, the
come up with
thing
that? Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is ki whenever I read any novel or whichever novels I have seen, I have just seen it as a story. So I wanted to do something different. So I thought that most of the chapters, whenever I end it, in between or at the end of the chapter, I will put a quote which gives the reference of the incidents happening in that particular chapter. So like there is a tragedy happening, then I put a quote ki how people feel sorry about it.
Yeah.
If somebody is losing someone, then how loss and grief takes over the person. So the quote was basically not like something I have to work extra. It was part of the story only. I just cut it off the storyline and just highlighted it.
Yeah, they are very much relatable. And is there any fun experience with you that someone who have read your book contacted you or met you in a person?
No, nobody has met me in person, but yeah, a few people have texted me on Instagram and had mailed me also that they liked it. They are
Oh,
not the people whom I knew; they were
yeah.
unknown people.
Okay. And as you all know, family and friends plays an important role in every aspect of our life, whether it's journey,
Yeah.
while business, working, professional, anything. And so, how reading helps with that? How your family is supporting you, your friends are supporting you in the journey of being a writer also, apart from being a dentist.
Um, I am very grateful to my parents, my sister, and all my friends. That's why I have given a dedication page also in the novel. Uh, the thing is, when I first told my dad that I have written a novel, he was very mad. He was like, "Oh, you are a dentist. Why can't you write a book related to dentistry? Why you have to choose a book which is fiction?"
Yeah.
Then I had to convince him that the thing is I cannot write about dentistry because I myself is a new dentist, and fiction came into my mind, so I wrote a novel. If someday some dental related things come to my mind, I can write dental books also.
Yeah.
So after that, he agreed and he was like, "Fine, if you have written it, then go for publishing." He only supported to publish it soon. I wanted to write both the parts and then publish it simultaneously, but he
Okay.
told ki first you have written first book, then go for it, and then later we will see.
Yeah, you'll get the response or the idea how people are perceiving it.
Yeah, how it works.
Yeah, that's great. And
And
if
then
you
my
how
sister also played a huge role in it because when I started writing, I used to write one chapter or one page, and then I used to send a daily key, read it, how it feels, do you resonate with it, or is it something boring, or is the description a bit more? Should I cut something or should I add something? And she
yeah.
helped me a lot with it. So she was like an editor to me.
Okay, that's great. And how you're managing time today with writing about the second part and you're coming up with a romance novel also. So how do you
Yeah,
manage?
the second part is almost done that I had actually started to write simultaneously with the first part, but Once the first part was complete, I had stopped writing over it. And once this book got published and all the marketing and all was done, then I started writing, continuing with the second part. And the second part is also almost ready, but I am not publishing it right now because it's not been an year of the first book, so I wanted to take a gap. So the
Okay.
second part is ready, but I am going to take a bit of time. And meanwhile, because the second part is ready, so I started with the love story,
Okay.
which was also in my mind, and I have completed almost 20% of it.
Okay. And is it a real life basis or from the
No,
real
no.
inspiration?
Uh,
Okay.
Everything is a fiction. Yeah, certain parts are obviously going to be related, even be the Divine Duel or it be the upcoming novels. Certain parts of that is going to be real based.
Okay, that's great. And how do you define the cover page of the Divine Duel? As cover page also plays an important role while picking up the book. We look at the cover page for how it all comes to your mind.
Yeah, that this cover page is also designed by me. I wanted to show, since the book is based in 2038, because I wanted to show a futuristic technology. And since this guy is against the whole world, so the cover page has got one single guy destroying the city. And many people asked me ki if it is a divine duel, why it is a single person. Duel means two.
Yeah,
So why there is no two person or there is no other thing to be seen? But that I cannot answer here also, because for that to know you have to read the book, and then you will understand that there are two people in that cover.
yeah. And also the theme of the book is between the God and the
Yeah.
relations, good and bad, inside our mind
Once you
complex.
finish the story, you will come to know ki the cover is exact of the theme.
Start even to the theme. You must read the book first and then know about the cover
Yeah.
page. Yeah, that's great. And what about which one is your favorite book apart from your book? For which one is your favorite book? Do you like fiction most or any other genre that you like?
I think once I joined dentistry, I have not read any new books.
Yeah,
I think I liked all the books of Chetan Bhagat, and that first book which I told, Three Times Loser,
yeah.
that was my first novel, so it will always have a special place in my heart. So I think I will go with it, Three Times Loser.
Okay, that's great. And yeah, about the writing portion also, about the character sketching you have told of. Is there any other aspect of writing that you love the most?
Like there's no particular topic for that which I like the most, but yeah, when I can turn things into real life incident, I think I take pleasure in that. When I come up with a scene or a incident where I know ki people are going to get emotional for it, or they are going to perceive it in very humanly way, ki it is happening with them also, they can relate to it. That
Yeah.
is a satisfying part.
Okay. And how was your friends and family response of being an author while of being a dentist? I think you have almost answered that question, but I would like to know more about that. That how was the reaction between that you are also managing the dentist part and the author part also, and now writing more books into it. So is it the passion that you are following, or is it into a full-time profession that you want to make out of it?
I think now it is going to be a full time. I have planned on writing a few books. Now, first is already out, two are yet to come, and then maybe later I will write more. Uh, yes, all my friends and families, they were very fascinated by the thing. Ki I have taken out time to write a book. My staffs were very happy that I have done something different from the regular dental life, and the response was very good. I think whatever sales or whatever I have been getting through the book has been because of my friends and my family, most of them who don't even read but have bought the book because I have written it.
Yeah. And yeah, they've much into the marketing portion also from publishing the book. That is apart from your journey from being a dentist or the profession that you are into. About writing the book, there are much aspects to it, like writing, then publishing the book, and then contacting to the authors, publishing office, readers, and then marketing also. Everything that plays into the part, defining the cover page, promotion, and all. So how it all take place? Like it is not from your profession that you have the background of that. How that shapes you today, or what are the experiences
Uh,
that you got?
the first confusion was just only ki which publishing house to go to. So I think most of the authors, the new coming authors who are writing their first book, for them the main issue is which they don't want to go to a very best publishing house, because if you go for a good publishing house like Penguin or
Yep.
some other brand, then they don't have an option to pay and get your work published. So first of all, when I started, I wanted Penguin. I sent them an email. I have written an novel and I would like to know how to publish it. To that, I got a reply कि they don't work that way. I will have to send a excerpt, I think three chapters or something. And
Okay.
if they like it, then after a period of 6 to 8 months, they will tell me कि if they have liked it and they want to work with me.
Great.
So
Great.
to wait for 6 to 8 months and then hear a no, it is I think not good for an upcoming author.
Yep.
They will, because once you have finished the book, you are in a rush. If it gets published tomorrow only, it will be the best.
Yep.
And then the second part which comes into play is the money.
Yep.
I basically wanted to go to a publishing house which is going to cost me cheaper,
Yep.
because it's my first book. I don't know how will be the response. I cannot spend fortunes on it and then later not get anything in back.
Yeah, I think that is the problem with all the new authors that are writing the
Yeah.
yeah. For how it all basically you must have learned different aspects from about marketing also and publishing
Yeah.
also promotion also uh, into Instagram also connecting to new people and all that must have shaped your experience for it's an must have an experience. So do you want to know tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. When I started with the novel, when it was not published, if you compare from that day till today, then I think I am very much confident and I'm very much aware about how it works. And I think it will be very beneficial for the second part to come. I won't have to struggle this much as I had to.
Yeah.
I have got clarity about everything, how the marketing works, how much money I will have to keep in hand apart from the publishing cost, so
Yeah.
that for the book reviews, and how many of the book reviewers are genuine, like they do just read the book, or they just simply without reading just post a review, okay, okay, this is the story, this is that. Because
Yeah.
many of the reviewers I have seen the post or the reviews, it seems like they have not read it. They have just maybe
That's
asked
it. Okay.
AI or something just to put a summary of it, and they have just neither praised the book, neither told negatives
Yeah.
about the book, but they have just posted a summary. And when I asked for the questions ki how they liked it, did
Yeah.
they like the twists, or was there any part which they didn't like, but there was no response to it. Until now they have not replied to that message. So
Okay.
uh, out of all the reviewers, now I know which are the one who genuinely reads and who are just there for the sake of money.
Yeah. Okay. And you also tell about the chat GPT is there and AI, other tools are there. So how it shaped your reading or writing? How it shaped the writing portion today, as maybe some of the authors are just getting into chat GPT and getting the content out of there. So how it shaped the writing journey?
If you are going to use AI or Chat GPT, I think it is very beneficial if you know how to use it. Obviously, you will have to have the image or the scene in mind to create something out of Chat GPT. And Chat GPT is a very user friendly platform, so it is not going to tell you anything about any murder or harm or damage or anything. It avoids that. So when you are writing only on a positive aspect, there is nothing bad happening in your story, then I think ChatGPT, you can use it for utilizing your content. Because if you tell about a scene which you are coming up in your mind and you don't know how to lengthen it, suppose you're writing it for 3 lines, 2 lines, then it helps you to stretch the scenery. So
Okay.
I think if used properly, ChatGPT can help in a big way.
Okay, but most of the people say that it is the creative portion that AI is killing today. So AI is killing the creative part. So how it all impacts the writing part that or the authoring part or the author for if it beneficial, if it dangerous.
I don't think it is going to kill the creativity part, because the thing is, if you ask ChatGPT just to write a random story, obviously it is going to write a story.
Yeah.
But to give it a command, what all things you want in a story, for that you'll have to have a creative idea. You cannot just ask them to write a thriller or a romance novel or anything related to mystery. Nothing. Even if you do, it will be a very lame novel which you yourself while reading will not appreciate it. So you have to be creative in order to create a good story. You will have to come with ideas in your mind. You should know how the things are going to get connected, which scene is going to be followed by which scene. So you will have to give thousands of inputs to ChatGPT to come up with a good novel. That
Okay.
a ChatGPT on its own cannot come with a story. You have to feed ChatGPT so that it can give you the content.
Okay, so you put the points into the like this the character name, this is the story, or I want this particular scene to be in this way. You can elaborate
Yeah,
that.
it can suggest you everything. Like if you are confused with your character name and you want to know, okay, my character is this and this, these are its characteristics, what names can be used for the character which can sound with his personality. So for those things it can be very helpful.
Okay. And more about your authoring journey. Do you want to share anything regarding that about your authoring journey, specifically yours?
Mm, I have just begun, so I have not got a very brand journey to tell about. But yeah, whatever part I have covered till now, it has been a very happening one. Since the day the novel got published, I have been known more,
Yeah,
and people from all over the places who are into reading, whom I have no contact with. I don't know their name, they don't know mine, but they have come to know about me through my work.
yeah,
So the journey has been good, and I am hoping for a better one in the coming few
yeah.
years.
That's great. And how social media plays an important role, and it plays an important role in connecting to different readers and all. So, how it shaped it, how technology plays an important role in that, with connecting to new
Uh,
people, getting feedbacks and all.
Now the thing is everybody is using a mobile phone. I would have personally preferred if somebody would have mailed me or wrote a letter to me. I like it that way, but the thing is now that trend is gone. Now nobody is going to work for it, and it's easier also. You give your contact details on the novel itself and people can reach out to you and they can tell you how they liked it or if they didn't like something. So I think now it is mostly social media only. 90% or 95% I will tell it is social media only. People want to get connected over there and see how your journey is, how your life is. If they like you as an author, they want to know what you are doing in your daily life. Do you post daily related to a story or some quotes, or is it just like you have published a book and you are living your normal life? So I think all these criteria are covered by social media only. So social media is playing a very important role in connecting people now.
Okay. And any new message to the new authors for that are writing their book and don't know anything about publishing, writing, and how to shape it?
Yeah, sure. I would like to tell that once the idea has come in your head to write, continue with it, stick to it. There will be times that you will not feel like finishing it, or you will be stuck at a point and then you like to give up. Maybe writing is not for you. But the thing is, you should continue writing. Even if you're writing just a single word to your story, be consistent, but keep on adding something. And things, once you start writing, if you write 10 pages, things start falling a place. If you are stuck somewhere, what to do now, you just sit around, think over it, you will get ideas. You will definitely come up with something. And many a times things happen is like, suppose you have written 10 chapters, and while reaching the 10th chapter you think, "Ki maybe in the third or fourth chapter I should have made these changes to make it more impactful or
Yeah,
make it more emotional or make it more thrilling."
yeah,
So once you keep on continuing, then only your creativity explodes. Your brain works more better.
yeah,
And once you have into writing, then publishing also keeps on coming. Once you have finished the book, then only you can get into the trouble of publishing. So once you have written the work, you yourself are going to find out which publishing is good, which publishing company suits your needs, be it budget friendly wise or be it the perks they provide, and or whether self publishing is a better option, or to not publish at all is a better option. Maybe you can just handle out PDF to the people
yeah.
who need want to study.
To get
So
it.
all these things start falling in place, but the main thing is you have to be consistent, you have to be writing, and you have to believe in yourself that you have got a story, so you will definitely write it.
Yeah, that's great. And for what about like for the character sketching? So you need to fit for the long hours in order to do the character sketching of the portions that you have put into the play or the part. So do you want to the story about the particular character and then the adjoining characters for the multiple character stories that you'd like to put into part?
Like when I started writing, that time I just knew that there is a main lead who is going to go against each and everyone, including the gods. So that time I didn't know which all side characters will be there. I had not worked on them,
Yeah.
or how important their role will be in the storyline. But since I had the story key, I have got this one guy who is going to be like this and this. So I started working on it, and then eventually, when I started writing, I thought, "Okay, okay, why not two friends? Maybe it needs five friends. Why not a neighbor also gets included in the story, or maybe
Yeah.
the parents can get involved in the story." So that way, I kept on getting more and more characters. And so it started with one, but over the period of time, as the story progressed, many characters came into play, which I had not decided at first. I didn't know what is going to be the who is going to be his best friend, who is going to be his girlfriend, or
Yeah.
how are they going to be interlinked. Nothing like that. But as the story progressed, I came up with new characters.
Okay. And yeah, short fun fact that I would like to ask. For the first question for that is, do you like to return the books in hand or the digital books?
No, I prefer hard copies.
Hand copies. Okay. And are you a morning writer or a night writer? That all the stuff that goes
Night Rider.
night writer. That's great.
Night Rider.
And yeah, do you like to have tea or coffee along with writing the books?
No, nothing.
Okay. And any discussion that you also regarding writing the books, like from the family, saying sitting by or discussing the characters with them, or you write on your own?
Yeah. No, no, no. I do consult. As I told, I ask my sister. I keep on irritating her. Ki this is the storyline. What to add more, what not to add. And similarly, I have got a few friends who are also into writing. They have not written a novel, but
Yeah.
they like writing. But they are not even wanting to write a novel. They just write short stories or a poem or a phrase. So they do have an idea of how good writing works.
Yeah.
They themselves cannot write maybe, but they have an idea of how it works, or how the sentence is going to resonate with the reader, because they themselves read a lot.
Yeah.
So they keep on helping with the words, or they tell me ki this is not the correct word to use here, maybe you should use a harder word or a very simplified word, so that it can go with each and every person. So yes, my friends and my sister have helped me a
Oh,
lot.
that's great. And
I discuss.
yeah, any specific genre that is your favorite? Maybe fiction, sci-fi, thriller, religious book, pathological book.
Actually, my novel is thriller science fiction based on morality and religion. So I think
Yeah.
I have covered almost three or four genres in one. So yeah, I like thrillers most, but I have added everything to this particular novel.
Okay. And do you like the reading or the documentaries part, Netflix and all, Amazon?
No, I think reading always goes first, because when you read, you don't know what scene is going to unfold. You read it and you realize it on your own. You imagine what is going to happen or what has happened. So
Yeah.
the character is wearing dress according to you. The room is decorated according to you. The characters are walking according to you, doing their things according to you. So when you watch a movie, it is what the director makes you see.
Yeah.
You cannot have your own imagination over there. So I prefer books are always going to have a upper hand.
Okay. And do you like digital writing of your book, like you type the book or you write it handwritten book?
No, I started writing on a notebook itself, but I didn't write the exact briefings. I just wrote about the short blueprint of the story, how it is going to start, then what next is going to happen, then how the story is going to end. So I think the writing part was only 5 to 6 pages, where it was just a flow chart of what things are going to happen, how things are going to interlink. And sometimes I use, when I'm not writing, but when I'm traveling or when I'm doing some work and some ideas come into mind, so
Yeah.
I just used to note it down. But after that, once I got the blueprint, then I used to type the story.
Okay. So you like typing and also first writing and then typing into the story. Okay. Okay. That's great. And any,
Writing is also, like, I like it more because digitally there is a fear that maybe the computer might not work or the file might get crashed. So just to be
yeah.
sure that I have not missed something, the important things which are needed for the story, which I cannot skip at all, those things I keep on writing.
Okay, that's great. And any important tools that play an important part, like ChatGPT, we all know. Grammarly, we all know. Any apart from that, that apps
I
that
think
you
I have
use?
used only two, ChatGPT just for expanding the scene,
Yeah.
and Grammarly to see for the plagiarism.
Okay, so these are the two apps that you use in your creative journey. Okay, that's great. And any you have put specific quotes into your book. So any specific quote that you want to put or to help with the readers? There are many quotes that people have used online and also stuff like that. So any specific quote that is much relatable to your life, or maybe you want to share?
I think I have not written any quotes with that thinking, but I think one quote which I personally like the most is there's a quote which says, "Ki when trust is broken, then it doesn't matter if you are a goddess or if you are a whore, because the hurt is always the same.
Yeah,
Just being a goddess doesn't give you a superpower that you can, if somebody breaks your heart, is that when the trust is broken, just because if there is a goddess or a god and you break their trust, that doesn't mean it is something which you have done very tremendously wrong. And if you are doing the same with a prostitute or a low level person, some any random person,
yeah,
and if they're used to taking that pain, that doesn't mean they can just take it easily. For them it doesn't mean anything.
yeah, it is.
So I that's my favorite quote, one of my favorite quote.
Okay. So yeah, could you want to elaborate on one of two of the quotes from the book? I'll just quote them. You can elaborate what was
Yes,
in your mind by writing those quotes. So you have written
sure, sure.
fear unites people more than the religion. So what do you mean by that?
uh, there's a scene in the story. I will not tell the exact scene, but the scene is something ki when something wrong happens, or yeah, something goes wrong. At that time you don't go checking for the religion, or you don't help someone after asking them for their religion. You
Yeah,
just rush them for the help.
yeah,
Suppose if we are celebrating something,
yeah,
we celebrate a religion or a festival, then the other people who are not a part of that religion maybe willingly not like to celebrate it,
yeah,
or might see it as a nuisance. It is causing them trouble or something. But when something goes wrong, people go beyond their religion aspect and they want to be just human and want to help everyone.
yeah. So that
So
your
that's why
message
I have told fear unites
humanity overall. Yeah.
people more than religion.
Okay. And it was another quote: "Love can either build you or destroy you." So
Yeah, when a person is in love, either if everything is going well, then the person uh, works hard to go beyond their boundaries, to go that extra mile, be it regarding anything, be it career, be it becoming a good human, be it becoming a very much family oriented person.
yeah,
So you basically build your character being around the person you love. Or otherwise, if you don't get it how it happens, or if the person is not reciprocating in the same way, then it starts destroying your mental peace and your habits, and then you again start questioning yourself, why am I doing this when I am not even getting the bare minimum in return?
yeah.
So either it helps you become a better person, or it makes you destroys you completely.
Okay. Another one is sometimes beauty can be found in the midst of choice or the sadness.
Again, this is related to the particular scene in the novel.
Yeah,
So the thing is, even if you are going through a very deep emotional heartbreak or any emotional outburst, but suppose you are crying over something, you didn't crack your exam or something, but if a child comes running to you at that time, then you just get that void gets filled. You are over that trauma or your heartbreak for a
yeah,
moment, brief moment, and then you start playing with the child. So it's
yeah,
like whenever you are in a chaos, still some happiness can be found.
yeah, absolutely. So we all like your book, and you must have also received the immense reaction from your readers. Any particular thing you want to tell to your readers?
I am very grateful for all of their support. If I am very happy that they have chosen me as an author and they have given my book a chance, and they have read it, and then they have been very helpful and regarding the work. They have told me very honestly what they liked and what they didn't like, so that I can use them in my upcoming novel. So I know now what the reader want me to do and what are the things which I personally should omit, but I thought is needed for the story part.
Yeah.
So I am and I will be grateful to all my readers.
Okay, and any particular email ID or anything you want to tell to your readers, how they can contact you regarding the feedback of your
Yes,
book, love and support they show to you?
uh, both my mail and Instagram username is given in the novel. But if you want me to tell now in the broadcast, then I can tell it. The email ID is Pratik Pratik dot Sahay 432 at the rate gmail.com, and the Instagram ID is Pratik Pratik underscore Sahay.
Okay, thank you so much for the email ID and all. And yeah, we are hoping your book to be soon out. I think it will take around next year, you are telling. Mm.
No, I think the second part I will mostly publish by at the earliest by September, by late by December. But this year I will publish the second part.
Okay, for they were short time that we need to wait. That's great. And
Yeah.
we want you to keep writing more such books so that we also get an inspiration. And yeah, and thank you so much for joining the podcast. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you too
And thank
for
you.
asking me to
Yeah,
join.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Take care. Bye bye.
तो कैसा लगा आपको हमारा पॉडकास्ट प्रतीक साहे के साथ में इनकी नई बुक भी आने वाली है द डिवाइन ड्यूल पार्ट 2। तो हमारे चैनल को लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने फीडबैक देना मत भूलिएगा। थैंक यू।